Welcome back. We're on another Reddit reading. I found this one. The question was, why am I so insecure about myself? Now, the last one we did was about insecurities too, and I got to crying. So this is actually, we're gonna try this again with a new person, and let's get started. The cards they pulled was Ace of Swords, Six of Cups, Nine of Cups reverse, the Star, Knight of Cups, Eight of Wands. So let's review. The Eight of Swords. Swords is about communication, how you speak to yourself. How do you speak to yourself? Why am I insecure about myself? Well, one, if the Ace of Swords is there, the way you speak to yourself makes you more insecure. How do you think about yourself? How do you wield your words? Six of Cups. And Six of Cups always make me think about the inner child and how you treat your inner child. Maybe you had like, I'm gonna write that down too. But Cups is about your emotions as well. So emotionally, how do you feed your inner child? To answer the questions like specifically why am I insecure about my inner self, I would think to say to them, your inner child, hmm, how do I say that? Your inner child may need some type of love. That's what I just wrote down. Why am I so insecure about myself? Emotionally, I think that's what I would put. Emotionally, your inner child is not being fed. I'll stick to that. Your inner child may need some type of love emotionally. Emotionally, your inner child is not being fed. Then let's go to the Nine of Cups reverse. You're not sitting in your emotions. I know that has something to do with that. Insecure. Why am I so insecure? The Nine of Cups been stumping me the last couple of weeks. It's like I keep learning about what it means, but I don't know how to fit it in every situation. But I know it's about learning how to sit in your emotions. Since it's a reverse, okay, you're standing firm in your insecurities and not sitting firm in your insecurities and not giving them an opportunity to change. You're allowing your insecurities to be to overpower the things that could make you secure. Per se, if I'm saying that in the way I'm thinking it, trying to say it in a way that she can understand it or they can understand it. insecurities and not given the opportunity to change. So in your not your intuition, your yeah. Instead of your trusting your intuition to change your insecurities, you would rather be insecure. How do you say that nicely? That was kind of mean.
You're identifying too much with like what with your insecurities instead of trying to rework the narrative.
Mmm. Yeah.
But some people just be stuck in like, oh, I'm not this, I'm not that. It's like, okay, but is that true?
True.
Do you really feel that way about yourself?
Mm. How do you say that you're identifying more with your insecurities?
More with who you truly are.
Hmm. See, I be having the thoughts. I don't be having the words. That's what I was going for. That's what I'm working on.
It's just like me when I'm trying to give feedback to people about their writing. I'm just like, let
Yeah.
somebody else say something like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. That's exactly what I was saying. The real grounded facts. I like that. Grounded facts. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Okay, the star. The star, the moon, and the sun. They always get me too. I feel like I understand the moon and the sun more than the stars sometimes. Because I always remember her feet is planted on top of the water. Unlike the other ones, they're on the moon, they're going deep into the water. The quotation is coming up from the water. But in the star, her feet is above the water and she pouring into back into the water. But also she's pouring out and it's coming back in. And that always means something to me, but let's figure that out into insecurities. The star. It makes me feel like, mm, why am I so insecure about myself? You don't believe that, honestly, that you are this bright light. Because I try to not to be giving advice and more just sticking to the question that they're asking. That's my problem. I'll be trying to give advice and I'm not your therapist. I mean, your therapist shouldn't be giving you advice either, but I'm not here to give you advice. I'm here to answer the question you asked. I'm gonna go to my handy dandy dictionary and look at some of the stars things. It's upright, so hope, inspiration, positivity, faith. Have you? Why am I so insecure about myself? Trust in a higher plan. Everything is working out the way it needs to. All is well. Everything is working out. I'm okay as I am. A star is born, and stars don't actually fall from the skies. Water to water, water to earth. Here's the cosmic cycle. It symbolizes a place for everything and everything in its place. Some of the energy is used to make the earth fruitful, some falls straight back. Hmm. Hmm. The eight pointed stars. This is reminiscent of diamonds, a symbol for the pure, true, clear, and purged core of the soul, the indestructible and inalienable essence that resides in every person. So that says that's kind of clearly what it is. You're not seeing the clear vision of who you are. You don't believe. That's why I feel like when I say you don't believe that you're this bright star, you don't believe. You don't have any clear thoughts of who you are.
Mm.
I put you don't believe that you shine bright like a diamond. I would say that. Knight of Cups, more insecurities. Here's the next one.
Someone like me.
I about to say, I was literally about to say, like, this is something I would pull, and then it'd be like a whole bunch of cards, and it's like, well, damn.
It's like I think it goes back to your inner child thing where it's like you were conditioned early in your childhood to believe a certain thing about yourself and still believe
Mmm.
in that thing. So now it's like you're insecure because of what's been instilled in you in your childhood.
Yeah.
And it's like your inner child probably needs more validation.
Yes, I'm gonna put that. That's a good way of thinking for the Six of Cups. You was fed certain things when you was a kid, and it's been taken on into adulthood.
Yeah. I don't know for me personally, that's something I experienced. That's why I have a hard time receiving praise. Ugh.
True. Shoot, that's why I need. Give me an interpreter to interpret my thoughts, so I can interpret them. Okay, we're moving on to the Ninth of Cups. Knight of Cups. Okay. Hmm. Intuition, love. Have more love for yourself. Because when you think of cups, it's not just about your intuition. It's not just about. It's about how you feel about yourself emotionally. So more love towards yourself. Insecure. Hmm. But I put it as you do not have enough love being poured back into you. I'm putting this out now. I feel like we're gonna go look as we go too. Because I feel like it's more to that. You're like this night. The emphasis, the card emphasizes your sovereignty and also your masculine attributes. You have and are developing a majestic, holistic mastery over the spiritual forces of life. Your devotion as a human being with deep affection and passion is needed. You don't have any affection or love for yourself. You don't have any affection for yourself. That could be your insecurity. Pour more love and genuine compliments to self. Because love starts with self. Like everybody in the world could love you, and everybody in the world love you, and you still don't love yourself. Yeah. Eight of Wands. We're still on the wands in my book, so this is fun too because I know wands is about a whole bunch of actions coming your way. Eight of Wands, laser beams. I just did this one. Is the wands coming up or is the wands coming down? The actions you take. Insecurities. Insecurities in the actions you take towards yourself. Are the actions you taking towards yourself gonna help you or harm you? Let's look at my last one. Mercury and Sagittarius. How do you speak to yourself? Because the Eight of Wands is Mercury and Sagittarius. And are you talking to yourself how Sagittarius talk to themselves? Optimistic. You being optimistic about these actions that you're taking. This is fast moving communication fueled by vision. Once the idea clicks, things take off. So you have an insecurity in how you speak to yourself, even more. But it's fast moving. That's what it has to be, fast moving actions that lead to more insecurities. You don't want to change either, seems like. I know these are upright, but I feel like since you're asking about your insecurities, it must be saying something about Eight of Wands, sudden movement. Speak up. Express your ideas with passion and directness. Express your ideas with passion and direction. You don't, yeah, stay on the carpet has already been taken off. You don't speak up. Speak up for yourself. So let's write this out where it's not all scattered either. So let's go. I need to I need to start writing out like how you used to write something, an essay in school. It's how I'm trying to start writing again. I've been out of high school 20 years now, so let's get back to that. Let's get back to that. Maybe my brain will get back to doing what it needs to do. Because I have the thoughts. Now it's time to implement these thoughts into actions, into words that are understandable and can be translated across seas. That was a lot. Okay, let's write this out. Hmm. All right, let me tell y'all what I wrote. And we're going to send it back to her. So, said your insecurity seems like they're mostly come from self and how you speak to yourself. But these insecurities seem like they stem from some type of unhealed child trauma that you now continue to feed yourself. And now you have carried it over into adulthood and you're stuck on these feelings. So now your insecurities, you identify more with your insecurities than your true identity or more than the real grounded facts. These insecurities also stem from not having a clear thought or view on who you are, not believing you are brighter than a diamond. The Knight of Cups tells me you do the Knight of Cups tells me you do not have any compassion for yourself. And the Eight of Wands comes from not speaking up and making sudden actions that make you feel more secure. That is what I'm gonna write back to her. Do I want to go over this? I want to go over it, but I think that's good. I think that's a good video. Thanks for watching. This is another Reddit reading. If you would like to ask me any questions and I review them on my YouTube page, please DM me, comment, and I will do it on the next video. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next reading.